We are. Welcome to the Psychic News Network. I'm Annette Dion. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. And today is Friday, June 9th, 2023. We are in historical times. I'll wait a few secs for people to show up and let me know how you're doing. Who's out there? Let's do a little magic spell that the Wi-Fi doesn't conk out. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, setting the vibe. I had a busy day. It seems like a really busy 24 hours. Just like there's a lot of stuff. Remember on Monday? Hang on, there's a light. There's a few lights that are up. That are out. Hang on. It's bothering me. Which lights are not on? They're okay. I'm getting all OCD about it. Yeah, they're working. So we were at our Grassroots of Democracy meeting last night. I told you on Monday, remember on Monday, you guys were here. I was overwhelmed with vibes on Monday night. And it kind of continued throughout the week, Wednesday too. So what I'm going to do is take a look at, I told you it would be Thursday. I said Thursday or Friday. Hello. So we're in the middle of our Grassroots of Democracy meeting. Appropriately, when the news came in, I said indictment on Thursday or Friday, and it was Thursday evening, right? Glad you're here. Thank you. I have my crooked glasses. I can't find the other glasses. I have about 12 pairs, and I can't find any except the crooked ones, so we'll just go with that. So I had a busy day, so I haven't gotten into the details of everything that happened. But I'm just recollecting when Trump was in office, every single, and I've mentioned this before, every single time there was news about Trump, or I thought about what was going on in the White House, the whole time that Trump was in office, I felt like I was being traumatized and I didn't know who to talk to about it. It just felt like, it felt traumatic. As if, I mean, from the day he got in office and he invited the Russian, I don't know what his title was, somebody from Russia, two people from Russia, I'll have to look up what their names were. Yeah, good to see you too. I'm glad to be here. I have felt the vibes, like, gotta get on PNN, gotta get on PNN. So I always felt like we were in danger. When Trump was in office, I always felt like we were in grave danger. It's a really hard thing when you feel that there is danger, that we're in an emergency, and then you can't talk to anyone about it. Right? As far back as the 70s, you knew how criminal Trump was. Yeah, and then just from a psychic perspective, I knew there was stuff going on that was just terrifying. And now, oh yeah, the Russian ambassador, thank you. Makes me realize that you are paying attention. It was a Russian ambassador, but there wasn't just one, there were two. And so that happened, and when he invited the Taliban to come to Camp David, and then when he met with the Saudis, and he was like friends with the Mohammed bin Salman, and then the deal with Jared where he got $2 billion from the Saudis, and I mean, and how often I said, especially about the January 6th committee hearings, that when we found out what was really happening, I'd say it'll make your hair curl, and if your hair is straight, it'll make your hair curly. Remember? Talk away. Yeah, talk away. Go on, it's a party. It's a little disconcerting when I remember how scared I was the whole time Trump was in office. I mean, I took a deep dive into, like, it was bad. It was bad. I mean, psychologically, it took its toll. And now to find out how much, I mean, I did see a few pictures of the documents, the boxes and boxes of secret documents at Mar-a-Lago. Oh my God, it's like piles and piles and piles. Maybe they weren't all secret documents. Maybe they were mixed up with some of his other stuff. Like I heard somebody on a news show saying that might have been his way of hiding what he had, just kind of mixing them up with like Time magazines and whatever. Huge news week. But to see the pictures of the boxes of documents, you know, sometimes I feel like Americans are just, America really needs to grow up, to not elect people into office that are clearly petulant children. It's not, this is not, and I know I'm just telling you what you already know, but we need to express how we feel here. You felt like you were obsessed with 45, so you sought the knowledge after losing 2 friends to MAGA. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it brought us to a place where we just had to figure out what the heck was going on, which is why we started the Psychics on YouTube. That's what brought us. I started on Facebook, but I started the Psychic News Network to answer the call of, you know, like we need to come together. So we can't elect somebody into office and for the most powerful country on the planet without needing any credentials, without needing to know world history, without a psychiatric examination, without knowing his whether he even possesses a code of ethics or morals, or without I mean, for God's sake, if you want to go work in a kindergarten as a teacher's aide, you have a background check. And honestly, okay, so in the chat, people are talking about how they got sucked into all this, and anyway, I'll speak to that in a second, but America can't continue like this. We need, and pass a test. They need to pass a test. Do you think that Trump could pass a test about the United States Constitution? I mean, I understand a lot of people didn't have civics class. I didn't have civics class, but I wasn't auditioning for the role, nor will I ever audition for the role of President of the United States. Oh, hi, Canada. Good to see you. I'm not going for the job of President of the United States, but if that was my path and I chose to go for President of the United States, to run for president, I would read the Constitution, and I would brush up on my world history, and I would brush up on my American history, and I would brush up on all the different treaties and what NATO is all about, and what happened in World War I and what happened in World War II. You would kind of get yourself, you know, what goes on with the military, you would kind of get yourself in the know if you were running for President of the United States, if you were running to occupy that most sacred seat. And not even a psych exam. And I've mentioned it before, and maybe I'll look it up. There were hundreds of psychiatrists that signed off on a letter of warning to Congress about how dangerous this man is. I have said it before, I'll say it again. His energy is murderous. And Mein Kampf is the book he reportedly reported from his ex-wife Ivana, who's on the other side now. Mein Kampf was the book that he had on his bedstand. And he doesn't really read. Thank you for the donation. I mean, honestly, how difficult it was to try to brief somebody who can't learn. Yeah, well, and Sandy's making a good point. How hard it was to brief somebody, like, he's in the Oval Office, and the generals, the military, they're having their meetings about really important things, and they actually, what they did was they had to make pictures for Trump because he didn't read. You've about lost your mind because of the people here? Jazzy Sophie, we're sending you love and support. We have gotten to a point. I know we're in a scary place, but we've been in a very scary place for a while. He can only read children's pictures, and don't forget, he bragged about passing the dementia test. Remember the 4 words? I don't know what they were. Woman, person, man, TV, or something. Midas Touch has it on a t-shirt. Trump drinks Diet Coke for weight loss and complains it doesn't work. Those are his own words. I heard that he thought that the word genius started with a J. Camera, yeah. So he recited 4 words, and the man never showed one tiny drop, microscopic, of compassion or empathy, ever. If you have people around you, I'm going to offer you a little bit of advice. If you have people around you that are still rooting for Trump, if they have a little bit of an open mind, you can say something like, don't you think it's scary? Let me know if I'm back. I wish I had control over this. There have been occasions where I got disconnected and it came back and it was fine, so okay, we'll go with it. Maybe I was getting too riled up. Okay, so we need to have, in terms of the Trumpsters, which I want you all to send vibes that my Wi-Fi is going to work. I also saw that Autumn at Black and Orange was having tricky, it might be YouTube. We'll go with it as long as we can, and if I get cut off, I feel funny apologizing for something that's not my fault, but my energy always knocks out my Wi-Fi. Now, I saw Autumn, Black and Orange had trouble today, so it's a lot of energy. So here's the thing. If you have people around you that are still on the Trump train, yeah, pray for the internet. It does work. That's a good question, Roberta. We'll get to that. Will Cannon recuse herself? Then what you want to do is kind of test the waters and ask them if you have any interest in maintaining a relationship with your Trumpster neighbors and relatives. See if there's a little crack where you can say, you know what, on 9/11, that wasn't a partisan issue. We all were saying never forget. We all were traumatized by that. Okay. I'm going to, thank you for saying thank you to the donators. As I get in my psychic reading brain, it's hard for me to read the chat, say thank you, and read the cards, and hear the guides, and all that. I do have tea tonight. So, and I will continue to complain to Comcast about the Wi-Fi. I'll continue to keep working on that. I'm picking 3 cards about Trump. So Rhonda's saying it's very hard to deal with Trumpsters for real. And I don't know how many times I say it in a week, but it's a cult. And don't even attempt to communicate with them if they're that shut down. And I want to just say one more thing. And that is, it's better to imagine those people that are caught up in the MAGA thing as waking up than it is to be freaked out about it. Because I can tell, I can feel the energy of how upset you all are about it. Understandably, and that this is from me having experience with somebody who I was close to who joined a cult. Yeah, and Roberta, they, I'll just tell you right here and now. I saw something that was going to be very eye-opening, that was going to cause people to feel so scared that we would unite again. And I'm not going to get into details on that. This is how Trump is feeling. The sun has shone on all the crimes. I told you, it was a mountain of stuff. The Seven of Swords, he's still trying to grift off of this. And the Knight of Wands. Thank God for Jack Smith, and thank you for the donations. Yeah, well, Thomas, the hate that these people are carrying is not about they don't hate Democrats. They behave as if they hate Democrats, but what's going on is they had hate in their hearts already. You know, Dr. Wayne Dyer used to say, when you squeeze an orange, what do you get? You don't get apple juice, you get orange juice. So, you know, these people that are part of the cult, that was in them already. The hatred was in them already. Cheryl's still going on about Jack Smith being a hunk. Yes, yeah, you're Kalani. Thank you for the acknowledgement. Yes, I definitely felt it coming on Thursday. Yeah, there's no getting away from Jack Smith. And this is not about Jack Smith. This is about us being safe. It's about us being safe. It's about us not being attacked by terrorists from our enemy countries. I kind of feel like the black and gold cards tonight. Hang on. I'm going to grab the black and gold cards. You saw Susan Lynn where she posted a tweet about bombing. What? She posted a tweet about bombing bridges. Why would she do that? Notice I didn't give you any details. Hang on. It's getting warm in here. Okay, things are heating up. That way you can hear the beer bottle drop. All right. Are you guys having a cocktail? Are you having a good cool drink? Or what you doing? Yeah, the chat is scrolling up fast and furious. If by chance I get knocked off for my Wi-Fi, let's pray that doesn't happen. And thanks for the good vibes. I will continue to fight with Comcast. It's getting hot in here. It is. We're going to take a look at the DOJ. You need some honey? Yogi Bear needs some honey? I love honey. I'd put honey in my tea. Thank you for the donation. But you can't have honey in your tea when you're reading the tea leaves. Like, it's too sticky. We're going to pull 3 cards about the DOJ. What's going on with the DOJ? And I missed Jack Smith. I was booked solid today, gratefully. And I had somebody at 3. Puff, puff, pass. Well, I asked you what you were doing tonight. The DOJ. The world is watching. The justice, this reminds me of the Statue of Liberty. It's the DOJ. The DOJ has really finalized a lot of really important work. Jack was great. Yeah, see, I missed that. I'll catch everything after our show tonight. It's a short visit with Jack. I didn't think it would be very long. And we had a little bit of a back and forth the other night about how we think attractive men are attractive when they're intelligent. And Boris Johnson stepped down too. So this is about the DOJ. The world is watching. This is a really positive development in many ways. Yeah, many people have been having problems with their internet the past 2 weeks. That is true. the Ace of Pentacles means the DOJ is they're batting 1,000. They really are. Boris and Trump sitting in a tree. Really, I know. It's incredible. Kevin McCarthy. How dare he post what he posted, what I saw that Kevin McCarthy posted, I guess it was on Twitter last night. How dare Kevin McCarthy. I want everybody to imagine the Democrats taking back the House, because I feel like that's going to happen, and I feel like that's going to happen by the summer, and it's already June. He's out? Are you saying? Well, what Kevin McCarthy said, Trump was wishing Jim jockeystrap watching Jack Smith. What? I'm trying not to put my crooked glasses on. Trump was wearing Jim jockeystrap watching Jack Smith. Guess I read that correctly. I was so angry. I mean, what Kevin McCarthy wrote, which was just, this is not a partisan issue. Imagine the Democrats taking over. Think of it this way. When the Democrats take over, we're going to be fine. You're still tired from last night? What'd you do? You had champagne mini bottles? You didn't know they were 18% alcohol? Of course, it's champagne. I heard that the Midas Touch advertises a product to prevent hangovers. You might want to check it out. All right. Kevin McCarthy. Actually, before I read about Kevin McCarthy, this is what I'm going to do. Jack, is your birthday. I'm surprised that Jack Smith's birthday is out there, because I know people are having a hard time finding it. I think he's a Pisces. What did Pence made a statement that this was politics? Yeah, they need to cut that crap out. Let's read on Kevin McCarthy. I'm telling you, I mean, I will not predict bad, horrible things. That's not what I do. But I just want to also say that something major will occur that will cause Americans to come together. Yeah, Jack is a genius. This is his life path. This is his thing. This is about Kevin McCarthy. Oh, in the face of the professionals, Kevin McCarthy is toast. Because he's been supporting the emperor. You know, the emperor has no clothes. Now we know. This is about Kevin McCarthy I'm reading about. Oh, Jack's birthday was June 5th. Oh, wow. Good for him. That was a day that I was feeling all these vibes that something was coming down. About Kevin McCarthy. So the emperor has no clothes. The emperor that he's been supporting has no clothes. And also, Trump couldn't give a damn about Kevin McCarthy. And the Knight of Swords, this is justice. Justice coming for Kevin McCarthy. Let's ask the pendulum if the DOJ has something on our buddy Kevin. Trump's birthday is a day after he has to show up. Does the DOJ have something on Kevin McCarthy? Whoa, boy. Whoa, yeah. The DOJ has something on Kevin McCarthy. Wow. Gee, I wonder what it is. Huh. It's all connected to Trump. If he makes it, he has bad health. Are you talking about... We're talking about Kevin McCarthy right now. Well, Trump only cares about himself. He's a sociopathic, malignant narcissist. And he has... Trump has murderous energy. Like he wants to murder people. I wish I was kidding. The MAGAs are all in legal trouble. Funny you should say that, because that's what I'm reading on next. The Republicans, the so-called Republicans, the fascists that are illegitimately serving in Congress right now. I'm going to just do a read on them. My Wi-Fi is still working. Yeah, McCarthy was saying Biden has weaponized the DOJ and Jack Smith. They're totally counting on people not knowing how it works. Totally. I am going to read on the MAGA, what is it, the ultra MAGAs in Congress. And what's going to happen to them. Oh, did you hear? I think I was taking some notes today on the news. Matt Gaetz' case has opened back up. When they decided not to move forward on Matt Gaetz' case of sex trafficking, some drugs, and I was like, whoa, this doesn't feel quite right. I've never seen Matt Gaetz getting away with all it appears that he's gotten away with. Somebody said we should write a song about it. So I have to see what you're talking about. Marshmallow McCarthy is melting, someone's saying. Matt Gaetz is in trouble, but he popped into my mind because I'm reading on the ultra MAGAs in Congress. Knight of Wands. These knights are justice. These knights are justice. Eight of Wands is it's fast-moving energy. This is about the ultra MAGA in Congress. The Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands. Yeah. They're next. The guides are saying they're next. The ultra MAGA in Congress, in our government, they're next. That's what the guides are saying. I don't know if you can tell from the cards, but that's what I get from these cards. The Eight of Wands is fast-moving energy. So let's ask when. When will we start to see indictments or subpoenas of the ultra MAGAs, insurrectionists, treasonous that are in Congress? Will it be? I need to give a selection. Will it be next week? I have the sense that it's going to be like dominoes. Who says we're airheads? And who says we're airheads? She's saying somebody says that we're airheads, but we aren't. And there's an example. Jack Smith is an example. I'm glad you said that because I wanted to mention what has been really good for our country. Let's just talk about the good for a sec. There's a lot good. First that these investigations are even happening. That's really good. Two great examples. Look at amidst all the drama, through all of it, Joe Biden has been like the guy driving the bus while all the kids are acting up and being crazy, right? Just driving the bus. Just driving the bus. That just being so highly focused on the job at hand that needs to be done, right? Joe Biden, he has that. He's a Scorpio. Did you hear the bottle drop? I didn't hear it. Jack Smith has that too, and as does Merrick Garland. We just don't see them very much. But this energy of you keep your eye on the target and you don't get distracted, you keep your eye on the prize, you keep your focus in the face of whatever's going on, you just keep going for the target. And I think it's really great that we have had that to look to, because we all need to develop that more. We all need to find our inner Ukrainian. Anyway, I absolutely hate these glasses. Let's take a look at Marjorie Trader Green. I'm a little curious about what's being said on Fox. So if anybody can stomach it, maybe you can take a peek at Fox and see what they're saying. If you can handle it. If you can't, I understand. I mean, I was so mad at Kevin McCarthy. So we're going to read on Marjorie Taylor Greene. We're actually going to go through a few of them. But I just wanted to point that out. You know, fight like a Ukrainian. Like the Ukrainians, like Zelensky. It doesn't matter what's going on. You just keep going. You keep your eyes, you keep looking straight ahead like you have blinders on. Like, I really think it was telling. It's funny because I said, when we saw a little video clip of Jack Smith walk into his office the other day, and I said, I got to get some Joe Biden glasses. And I said what I read about Jack Smith as we saw him walk into his office. And Ben, my son, was like, he was carrying a Subway sandwich. It was pretty funny. Just going to work. And Ben, my son, said the same thing that I had said, which is my take on Jack, was like, he was finishing up. He was on his way. He was just going to work. But there was this energy about Jack, like, this job is done. You know, the phase that they're on. So, maybe I'll get me some Joe Biden glasses. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Trader Greene. Keep your eye on the goal always. Hi, Tina Rogers, who's saying hi to me. Oh, thank you for your donations and thank you for the thumbs up. Much appreciate. It's nice to be paid. Sharon, yes, it was a message to us. I know if you're referring to what I'm saying. Joe Biden is like, I cannot change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sail. Yeah, it really is that. It really is that. And you know, does he sail? He probably does. Chesapeake Bay sailing wisdom. I'm sure he sailed, but it is like that. And then, you know, Jack Smith being a triathlete, it is like that. I know from running races. It's like, you don't think. You don't let your mind get in the way. I'm doing away with the glasses. I can't handle it. You just keep going. These are easy to read without glasses. You just keep going. You know what will happen right after we go off? Right after I end the live stream, I'll see a pair of glasses right in front of me that aren't crooked. Amazing video on the UFO falling in the sky? What? Thank you, Janet. You're sweet. I'm reading on Marjorie Taylor Greene just because. I'm going to read on the Ultra Magas. Major panic on Fox News and MAGA world. Yeah, there should be. Because you know what? We don't want to be attacked by a foreign enemy. Whether we're a Democrat or a Republican or a MAGA. We don't want to be attacked. Right? I don't think that one feels one way and one feels another way about that. We don't want a 9/11. Reaching for my glasses and I just said I wasn't going to wear them. Okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Justice. MTG! I haven't heard about a falling UFO. But I could tell there was a lot of smoke here last night because I was watching these lights in the sky and I'm like, what is that? And it's really low flying planes. I guess they were trying to avoid it. Is Betty the Bunny dancing with all the justices coming? Betty's, you know, she's chilling. She's like peaceful all the time. She's a good example too. We're not getting Jack's birthday. Somebody was saying that it was just June 5th. You're talking about UFOs. Okay. What? Was recorded by a police body cam. People they saw 8 to 10 foot aliens? What is this? How did I miss this? I'm reading on Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's enough of an alien herself. Justice for Marjorie Taylor Greene. There's news coming. I see this is a document. This is a page. This is a message coming to her. This looks like a subpoena. So Jack's a Gemini too. Isn't that interesting? Same sign as Trump. And I'm pretty sure Kathy Beal gave us the lowdown on some alignment of planets between Jack and, so she must have known his birthday, between Jack and Trump. All right, the Six of Wands. Okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene is in big trouble for January 6th. They have evidence. I've been saying that consistently throughout whenever I read on her. Justice is right in the middle. Page of Pentacles is a subpoena. I see her being very scared. Jack Smith is married. We have a lot of people here that have a crush on Jack Smith. Look at the qualities that he has and make sure that you get a partner like that if you're looking. Anyway, it's January 6th. This is about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't know if you'd want to be married to somebody that had such a dangerous job. You'd be really worried. I mean, I think he's okay, but you'd always be worried, I would think. Yeah, well, I feel pretty confident about that. Did you guys catch that? You saw a watermelon UFO with no seeds? I feel like I'm in the dark because you guys keep talking about watermelon. I don't know where that even started. Marjorie, justice, subpoena, about about January 6th. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, I do my nails. Matt Gaetz. People are really getting into the UFO talk. I haven't heard anything. The watermelon vodka. Yeah, people are talking about. Yeah, okay. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, it was very clear. That was very clear. Okay, Matt Gaetz. Let me see. So Matt Gaetz, it's like they came back for him. They're coming back for him. They're also coming back. Brazil is coming back for George Santos. What's the jinx word? I don't know. I'm lost. What's the jinx word? Watermelon? Is Matt Gaetz going to... Is Matt Gaetz going to prison because of the sex trafficking? Yes! I said... Matt Gaetz, I've always gotten that. I've always gotten that Matt Gaetz is going to be in big trouble for the sex trafficking charges. I'm not sure what happened, like how they decided to reopen that case. What I'm going to read right now is, do they have evidence on Matt Gaetz about January 6th? Is there evidence about January 6th? Yes, there's evidence about January 6th. And Matt Gaetz. And now we're going to read the cards about Matt Gaetz. Oh, thank you, Amy. You're the sweetest. Bye-bye Magas, bye-bye Magas. Just so you know, that's what I'm feeling. Bye-bye Ultra Magas. Okay. It's a party. You're cracking me up. Who's working with Gaetz? What do you mean who's working with Gaetz? That his friend, what's his friend's name that went to prison for the sex trafficking and ratted out? When they put that to rest and said they weren't going to charge Matt Gaetz, I felt like it was just on pause. Many people will wake the hell up. I completely agree, Betty. Matt Gaetz. The Nine of Cups, the Fool. Matt Gaetz is a fool. Matt Gaetz he's just like Trump. He just gets out there, he crimes away, and then he goes, I'm not going to get caught because they think they're invincible. Rumor is that Trump has a get out of jail in his cafe. Can you... What do you mean? A get out of jail in his safe? I don't have any idea what you're talking about. But I'll tell you, the answer is no. Matt Gaetz is a fool. Eight of Pentacles. There's some kind of money, illegitimate work. There's money. There's something about money in Matt Gaetz. And there's an abundance of information about Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz is a bona fide criminal. He's a bona fide criminal. No, I don't get that Matt Gaetz was working with Epstein. I do get that Matt Gaetz was in cahoots with Jim Jordan and Ron, the fascist. MAGA equals unprofessional and immature. How about MAGA equals narcissistic? Steve Bannon hopefully will go to jail. I've always seen that. Is Matt Gaetz still married? I don't know. Many were asking, what about this Judge Eileen Cannon? Terry, you're right on it. My Virgo assistant was Matt Gaetz with Jim Jordan during these illicit activities? Yes. I don't know if I saw an actual photo of them together, but I kind of put them together. Yeah, his dad has bought him time out of jail. Is Matt Gaetz going to prison? Matt Gaetz is going to prison. I don't see Eileen Cannon on this Trump thing. I don't. I don't. X-Files was on before Trump was installed. That was a long time ago. Okay. Is Kevin McCarthy going to be ousted this month? Yes. Eileen Cannon made a big mess out of everything for Trump before. I mean, if you want, I'll read on Eileen Cannon now, but I don't see her being part of this. They had a new version of X-Files after he was in office. I never saw it. I don't see Eileen Cannon on this, so let's pull some cards about that specific thing. Kind of surprised my Wi-Fi is still working, and I hope that it keeps going. Make arraignments great again. I heard that one. All right, now before I read on Judge Eileen Cannon, I want you all to stop thinking. Just follow along. I want everyone here to stop doing this. Oh no, Eileen Cannon. Oh no, he's going to get away. Just stop that right now, okay? Promise me. Just stop that. She should recuse herself. I don't see her on the case. She made a total mess of things for Trump. Remember she called for a special counsel? And what was the judge's name? He'd been around for a long time. It was a while ago, so I don't remember his name. But then it ended up making it worse. No, Jill, we're not. No, this is what we do here. Let me brief you all at the Psychic News Network. We understand. I'm just telling you, this is the way I operate. That what we think about, if it's bad, flip it. Either change it or flip it. I mean, either change where you're thinking about to be more positive, or just block it out. This is what PNN don't like. You get the bell. You get the bell. We need to stay positive. I mean, I really just have to speak to when people go, oh, it's just going to be this. That is so damaging. That is so not using your creative power in the way that you want it to work. Eileen Cannon. The Three of Cups is our celebrating her not being on it. When you think negative, it brings that, it makes it, that's why we have 20 on Tuesdays every single Tuesday night, and we visualize a healed America every single Tuesday night. And by the way, why are you saying shootings, Darren? By the way, We have the 20 on Tuesdays meditations available in a package of 10 guided meditations taken from our Tuesday nights on my website now. It's only $20. So go get them. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. Our creative vibrations, Kathy's saying. So, in terms of Eileen Cannon, I wouldn't get a 3 of Cups if she was going to be on this Trump case. It's too big. It's too huge. I mean, I think part of me goes, are you kidding me? You really think she's going to be on it? Staying positive is not only the best way to, yeah, that's true, it's the best way to go, to stay positive. All thought is creative. There's science to back that up. Thank you, Janet. And the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, the Page of Pentacles is Eileen Cannon is going to get news that she is not to be on this Trump case. She needs to recuse herself. Milu said that too? Yeah, I get that too. We're all pulling from the same source. You want me to get up and do a cheerleader chant? Look out, I might. I was a cheerleader. Eileen Cannon is too inexperienced. I mean, she should just be disbarred. Florida Rep Democrat who is calling MAGA make appliances great again. Oh my gosh. All this that's going on in this country, and they're having hearings about gas stoves. We can't put up with this anymore. We need to change it. Cannon will be taken off, yes. She just happens to be in that district. Cheryl, listen to Cheryl. Think about where we are now and where we could have been. Yeah. The good thing about this happening in Florida, Trump being indicted in Florida, the good thing is that, you know, a lot of those arguments that the MAGAs have are being shot down. It's not political. It's about so many things. It's about our national security. It's about us being safe. Okay. We must stop all life appointments. And, you know, just as a little synopsis of what the guides told me early on about Trump was going to force us to fix our democracy. Trump, that soul named Trump, is going to force us to fix our democracy. What are we doing with a president who's a malignant narcissist, horrible president who incited an insurrection on the Capitol? When you think about it, it just boggles your brain that ever happened. What are we doing trusting him to not steal secret documents? Barbara heard that Florida allows cameras into the trials. Really? Oh, get your popcorn. Our climate is in crisis and they're trying to protect fossil fuels. Exactly. You've got all these MAGA people that don't believe in global climate change. Terry, someone just answered that. I think Barbara just said that she heard that Florida allows cameras during trials. Try to keep up. I don't know where she heard it, but Biden, you want me to read on Biden? Let's read on Lauren Boebert. Just because. Have a Kumbhi movement? Kumbhi moment? What's a Kumbhi moment? Kumbaya? Lauren Boebert. Yeah, I mean, we have to save our own lives, and the way we save our own lives is we kick the bums out. Lauren Boebert. All these pages, all right, there's a page. These are messages from the DOJ. It's about Lauren Boebert. She was also in those meetings with Trump and the Seven of Wands. I feel like Lauren Boebert is trying to get money from somebody to help her. She and Marjorie Taylor Greene are both hurting for cash. I don't know why it seems like they don't get paid enough, but to them it seems like that. But they're hurting for cash. This makes me think that they're facing some massive lawsuits, both Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. I've been getting that they're really strapped for cash. So here's, okay. Is Lauren Boebert, is it legal? It's these, it feels like, yeah, it feels like it doesn't matter that they have millions. They need more than millions. So reading the cards, I see Marjorie Trader Green and Lauren Boebert both are stressed and freaking out about money. And it seems to be connected to litigation. And it seems to be that they're tallying up in their heads how much money they're going to have to pay a good lawyer to maybe get them out of the trouble that they're in. That's what I'm seeing. It doesn't matter if they have millions. Lauren probably has to pay child support for her grandchild since her son's not yet an adult. Are they trying to cover things up? Okay, so that's why they don't know how much money they're going to need. Will Kellyanne Conway be involved in the January 6th or the document cases? I get both. Kellyanne Conway, I think the reason that George Conway, we could read on her, I think the reason that they're getting a divorce is that I think George doesn't want to be any part of it. MTG looked like she was weeping on TV, on YouTube? You didn't click, you just liked the tears. Or the fears of tears. I actually, when somebody's asking about when I see Jack Smith going after the January 6th, that whole thing, I actually feel the documents in the January 6th case, to me they're one and the same for some reason. Let's look at Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne Conway. We're just going to read on Kellyanne Conway. So anyway, just to back up a little bit, Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Trader Green are wondering if they're going to have enough. I'll put it like this: they're wondering if they will have enough money, if they'll be able to get enough money to pay the lawyers to face these lawsuits. They did a movie on Marjorie Trader Green. What? I want to know what happened to the movie about Jim Jordan and the movie about Brett Kavanaugh. And I know there's a writer's strike on, but the movies are already written. I don't know. I think they were ready to be released, right? This is about George dated Laura Ingraham. This is about Kellyanne Conway. The Fool, because the Fool is very present tonight. The Fool! She did some really foolish stuff. The thing about this malignant narcissism is that there's something wrong with their brains in the sense that, in many senses, that they don't think about the consequences of their actions. And when you really think about it, if you're a narcissist, it's all about you and nothing bad can ever happen to you and you're invincible and you're like God. Anyway, so Kellyanne, this is why the Fool card, Kellyanne Conway, this is why the Fool card's coming up. What's going on out there? The Fool, okay. And so she's been absolutely foolish. The King of Cups, because she saddled up to Trump. And the Nine of Swords. Oh, Kellyanne Conway has it coming to her. I'm thinking prison. I'm thinking prison. Is Kellyanne Conway going to serve prison time? Whoa, baby, I don't know if we have enough room in the prisons. Why are you asking about George Clooney? Because we were talking about, I think George Clooney directed a movie about Brett Kavanaugh. The alternative facts person, Kellyanne Conway coined the phrase alternative facts. I can do better. I coined the phrase psychic facts. Okay. Excuse me, I need a drink. I've been talking for like 4 hours straight. I just need a drink. Yeah, Kellyanne, man. So, oh, okay. So, all right. So it seems like people are setting me straight. There are 2 movies coming out that we can't wait to see. Just a little fun fact: I live in Gloucester, Massachusetts, which is sadly where the Perfect Storm, that whole story, happened. And I didn't meet George Clooney because I had moved to Nashville, but he came here, and my sister has a T-shirt that he signed, and that's when George Clooney wasn't that big back then. The movie came out in the year 2000, I think it was, or 2001. But anyway, George Clooney reportedly has made a movie, and I thought it was about Brett Kavanaugh, but now I'm seeing that it was actually about Jim Jordan. I'm not sure which one is right. I think it's Jim Jordan. Send them all to Alcatraz! But the movies have neither one of them. The one about Brett Kavanaugh and the one about Jim Jordan, we haven't seen them. We don't know when they're coming out. Okay, let's take a look at our national security. I keep forgetting I have tea. Take a look at our national security. And I'll read about Jim Jordan too. I'm so energized. I'm always energized. I'm a Sagittarius. Okay. Our national security. Judge Cannon is not going to be the judge. What are you guys talking about? Stop it. Gotta have faith. Remember George Michael? You gotta have faith. Gotta have everyone sing it. You gotta have faith, faith, faith. That's going to be stuck in my head now. How's our national security? Good thing we have Joe Biden. Let me just put it that way. Yeah, George Clooney. Yeah. I reportedly, I heard from people that got to meet him when he was working on The Perfect Storm here, that he was very nice. If you were talking for 4 hours straight, you'd be what? Out of gas and sleeping. Now you just gotta keep going, Kalani. Remember I was talking about Joe Biden, Jack Smith. You just gotta keep going. Keep your eye on the ball. 1,000 points of light. Remember George W. Stay. Just keep your focus. Our national security. Well, no, like I said, it's a good thing Joe Biden is president. Yeah, I was, oh, interesting, Darren. Because Darren's talking about the Perfect Storm. Yeah, my brother was fishing at the time, and he saw those guys. Just a little segue, we're talking about the movie The Perfect Storm. So my brother was fishing at that time, and he saw those guys go out in the boat, and he said, the last thing he said to them was, "You guys are crazy, it's hurricane season." We do have a lot to be grateful for. Anyway, and I went to school with one of the guys that was on that boat. Anyway, I don't mean to confuse you by changing topics and talking about the movie The Perfect Storm. This is about our national security. The 7 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. Here's what I get. It's a good thing Joe Biden is president. That's the 3rd time I said that. The 6 of Wands, Jack Smith is going to get to the bottom of all the evidence about January 6th, finding the international across the ocean connections, following the threads, and that's going to help a lot. Gotta have faith, faith, faith. Yeah, Kathy, I know it's sad, the perfect storm. I mean, the thing about living here, speaking of keeping your eye focused straight ahead, I think growing up here really taught me to be tough and strong and to just keep not hard, not like not warm, but just, you know, you just keep going. I have a song about that too. Our national security is going to be okay. Not stellar, which we're already really compromised. But it's going to be okay. We shall overcome. I sang that at Church of Spirituality recently. And a lot of what they're going to discover about January 6th. Remember, the January 6th committee is about, we can't let this happen again. Remember how upset I was the other night at the PGA. And we'll look at that again tonight. It's about our national security. We don't want another 9/11. I do, yeah. And what Auntie Scamantha? CIA is taking care of some of the scary transnational attacks without us even knowing. I agree with that. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. Yeah, my brother was correct about that storm. I'm jumping around again. Do I think there'll be an investigation about the files at Bedminster? Yes. And I was surprised that they hadn't gone to Bedminster last year, because I definitely saw them searching Bedminster. So the LIV and the PGA thing, I'm going to look at that next, because I'm talking about our national security. Donald Trump sure was chummy with the most heinous, horrible, I mean, honest to God, if Hitler was alive, if Trump was alive when Hitler was alive, Trump was Mussolini. I'm standing by that. Looks just like him. But if Donald J. Trump knew Hitler, if Hitler was alive now, he would admire him. What do you guys think about that? Kushner and Trump, yeah. Hillary did say it would be like this. Hillary said it. She said it real loud at the debate. You're Putin's puppet. And this is why, you know, when I started tonight, I was talking about how freaking scared I was when Trump was in office. And it's still scary. After Trump, we need to focus on climate change. How about now? But don't you think, yeah, if Hitler was alive now and all his heinousness, Trump would be friends with him. Mein Kampf was on his bedstand. That's what Trump liked. Not the Constitution. Not the Constitution. Flip the scary. I'm just making a point. Hitler's not alive now. Okay. Hillary warned every single one of us, and she was. Terry, I was talking about that. I used to be scared when Trump was in office. I was making a point. Don't worry. Trump can't spell Constitution. I heard he can't spell genius either. There's a lot of things he can't spell. Let's read on Jared Kushner. We're going to read on what the DOJ is doing right now in regards to Jared Kushner. And I get this feeling that Jack Smith has a big chunk of information about that right now. Oh, Stephen Miller looks like Joseph, I can never say that name, the Goebbels, the horrible Nazi. I think I read on Stephen Miller before. The RNC is calling you. Pick up. Give him a one-liner. Gosh, I'm trying to think of what I would say if the RNC called me. What are they calling for? They want money from you? Tell them you're interested in being compassionate, a compassionate human. You want to know what Trump gave to Putin in the secret meetings? We pray all the time that the secret information has been rendered useless. Okay. There's something really important that we need to read on, and that is what's going to happen next Tuesday. Oh, and by the way, on Tuesday, we're going to have a show. We're going to have an astrology show. And Kathy Beal popped in during our Grassroots of Democracy meeting last night and gave us a lowdown on the astrology. It's optimistic. If you listen to Spirit Talk podcast right here on my channel, the last one we did on the full moon. Is it the full moon? Yeah. Something like that. Anyway, how's it going to go next week for the Orange Menace? We're going to do a show that day on Tuesday. It's going to be at 3 or 3:30 live stream. An astrology show. But what the heck is going on? Next week, the world will be watching. Boy, you know, I've gotten the world card a couple times. Do I see the government split? That I'm going to read on that. I'm going to read on the PGA Live thing momentarily. Right now I'm reading on, let me tell you, because I don't have a banner down here. I'm reading on what's going to happen next week with Trump. And what I see is the world is watching. Being cognizant of this is, we have to pay attention to how the world is looking at the United States right now. So the world is watching, and the the Five of Pentacles, oh, Trump is destitute. He's absolutely destitute. And the Queen of Wands is, let me ask about that. Because I feel like Fani Willis is being indicated here. So this is next week, even though it's Florida, even though it's the documents, espionage, unbelievable. Anyway, it's unbelievable when you really think about it. But Fani Willis her case gets strengthened. The world is definitely watching. The world is watching to see whether the United States of America cares enough about strengthening and safeguarding our democracy to save our democracy. Yeah, and thank you, Janet. Tomorrow I need to do a commercial. Do I see a little bit of Napoleon and Trump? No, I see Mussolini. Look up Mussolini online. You will find pictures that look exactly like Trump. And he acts exactly like him. And he came back into this lifetime with a huge chip on his shoulder. Understandably. The world is watching. So what I see is that the justice, the DOJ, is very aware that this really kind of seals a deal in terms of, do we have a democracy or do we not? It's bad for Trump. He's out of money. And by the way, his lawyers quit. Trump should end up like him too. Well, Trump is going to end up, the karmic punishment for Trump for not doing better this time around is that he goes into the end of his life, which is very close. Trump goes into the end of his life having had a lifetime where he never experienced LOVE. We need to have the world watching as we kick Trump to the curb. That's what we need. If the MAGAs cause trouble, and they won't, but if they did, I'm just saying, it would look like America's lost its democracy. And plus, yeah, they're fearing about their secrets too. Absolutely. Trump has done really some irreparable damage. So, anyway, I need to do a commercial break, so don't leave yet, because it doesn't mean the show is ending. Energy don't lie. The fascist says Trump is a what? I can't read what you wrote. I mean, I can see it, but it doesn't make sense. Spell check. Here's my commercial break. Grassroots Democracy meets on Saturdays also, in addition to Thursdays. On Saturdays we get to work. And our focus this Saturday is to do some research on and send emails to the PGA to complain profusely about this Live deal. Remember on Wednesday when I read about it, I got really strong mob energy about it. I got really strong, like, being threatened or blackmailed or coerced, extortion energy about it. And so it's not okay, and it's a threat to it's a mortal threat to our national security. So we're going to really get on it at Grassroots of Democracy. We do deep dives, we do the research, we find organizations to align with and to support, and we've been meeting every single Thursday and Saturday since January of last year. At least I know I'm doing my part. I know, Kathy. I know the gory details of what Trump has done. I know more than I want to know. Put it that way. Also, if you'd like to book a reading, it's psychicannetteDion.com. Please book a reading. It's everything from tarot to, I might even read your tea leaves. Past lives, mediumship. I've been a psychic for 30 years. I'm probably... Anyway, book a reading. I'm not going to brag on myself. Book a reading. I have a pendulum class tomorrow. That's tomorrow. That's June 10th. And there's room for you if you want to take a pendulum class. It's really good for clearing energy in addition to getting yes or no answers and installing good energy. So yeah, please hit the thumbs up and I appreciate it. I'm not, this isn't over. It's just my commercial break. You need a feeding? Yeah, psychicannetteDion.com. That's where you can find that information. Every single Tuesday, we have 20 on Tuesdays where we have a guided meditation for a healed America. We've been doing that for months also. And on my website, you can purchase 10 guided meditations from our Tuesday night meetings, which are meditations for a healed America, for only $20 on my website. So check it out. We have any wrenches here? So, thank you. And let's see, so 20 on Tuesdays, and the pendulum class is tomorrow. I have a class on radically forgiving on the 17th. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I only have one person signed up, so check it out. Please don't share your personal information about how much money you don't have, because we want to stay positive. It's all an illusion. One more thing. Church of Spirituality is every single Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And watch it. You won't regret it. There's a lot of great messages, and it will make you spiritually empowered if you watch Church of Spirituality. I promise. And if you'd like to donate, there's a tip jar in the description, and you can donate on my website, and also my mailing address, my P.O. box, is in the description. And there's that. Let's go back to the cards. Catherine, just create it. If you don't have money, create it. Just create it. Bake people's pies and, make money that way. Watch somebody's dog. Yeah. So many ways to make money. So many ways. Okay, so thank you, ES. Yeah, I'm doing tea leaf readings too. I'm sorry, I forgot, because I just decided to offer them as a regular thing. PGA and Liv. Every single time I think of Trump on the golf course with the Saudis, I shudder with fear. Manifest, manifest, manifest what you want. Read about the law of attraction. Visualize how you want it to be, not how you think it is. I like that. That's quotable. That's quotable. Visualize how you want it to be, not how it is. PGA. Let's do this. We're all safe. You're all safe. You're all safe. Everything is good. All is well. And if you watch Church of Spirituality, you also will get my chants, one of which is all is well. What's going to happen? I'm going to ask about PGA. Just their end of things. PGA. The Wi-Fi is still working. I don't know where Damon is. He must be partying. PGA. How many times have I gotten the world card? I see endorsements or, you know, testimonials about my readings. Thank you for that. PGA. Well, here's the golf club. Excuse me. Jazzy, Sophie, I couldn't agree more. I was so upset about McCarthy too, trashing Biden. McCarthy's days in his seat are very short. Remaining days are very short. I keep getting the world card. So the Saudis want to take over the world. That they're just starting with golf. But I might need a cough drop. The world is watching. I actually see the United States pulling out of this deal. With the PG, I don't mean it's the United States, the company. I just mean I see an influence of the United States national security shutting down this deal. Your Wi-Fi is in and out. Well, I'm so grateful that mine's still working. Is this PGA Live merge going to really happen? I'm getting a no. Damon, oh, wherefore art our Damon? Boy, you guys really miss him. Maybe he should start his own channel. It might have been the watermelon vodka. Oh, I said it. I'm going to pick 3 cards about LIV, the Saudis. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Oh, and I keep forgetting to beg and plead with you to subscribe. I'm begging and pleading with you to subscribe if you haven't already. Damon probably had a date. Might be the air pollution from the smoke. I'm clearing my throat, but I do that often. It's from talking too much. So this is about the live. The live side of things doesn't look as good. It looks. The Saudis run into complications with the PGA situation. That's what I see. Oh yeah. Here's what I get. The Saudis notice that that our security, our intelligence, is sniffing around. Oh, look at the wisdom. Energy cannot be destroyed. Consciousness cannot be destroyed. We can just transform it. An hour goes by so fast. Well, we're going on an hour and a half. Oh, Damon was here earlier? Oh, maybe he did have a date. We're so silly. Thank you, Terry. This is about the Saudis. The Saudis have been trying to keep something secret that they're finding out they can't keep a secret, and so that complicates things with the PGA. Did the Kushner $2 billion pay for the PGA? No. No. I can't even put that together in my head how that would be. Gotta remind me, I have tea leaves to read. So that situation looks like there's gonna be a bit of a wrench thrown in the works. And I think that's connected to, well, think about it. With what they're finding out about the documents that Trump stole and not knowing who he sold them to, I have a pretty good idea. And the Saudis are on top of the list. And Putin's there too. This is actually, I'm going to read you Wayne Dyer's thought for today in a sec. This is actually that this secret documents leaking, being stolen. We don't know what he sold, and he did sell our secrets. I said that months ago. PGA is just a cover to get more stuff. So I feel like now that awareness is there of what Trump has actually done, we recognize the government makes it very clear that deal is dangerous. Is it going to be shut down? I get that it's going to be shut down. Thank you, Thomas. You're so sweet. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Laura. I've had a really nice day with people saying really nice things to me. Has that ever happened to you? Has that ever happened to you? It makes a difference. Say nice things to people. It really makes a huge difference. So I'm really, really grateful for that. I'm grateful for all of you. I don't have a cough drop handy, but I'm okay. So that's about the PGA and the live. I do feel a wrench in the works as we're getting. So chat is so welcome for those who have nobody to talk to all day. Oh my goodness, you need to get out more. I do want to read on Rhonda Fascist. Anyway, did that make sense? Why are you all saying no? What happened? No? You don't have days when people say nice things to you? Come on! Laura says her goal every day is to make one person smile. Yeah, hello! What about the 1 billion Mnuchin? Oh my! When Mnuchin was when I ever saw him on TV, I was just like, Mnuchin just grossed me out. He was such a sleazy, slimy criminal. Come on, you can't just talk to your cats. Come on, really? Okay, yeah, Mnuchin was awful. You were here earlier. I think you were here earlier. Kushner's going to jail. I see it. Let's do this. And I always see Trump under house arrest, but things could change. I definitely have seen him under arrest. Is Trump actually going to serve time behind bars? It's up in the air right now. It's up in the air right now. Interesting. What's up with DeJoy? I've been wondering that every time I go to mail something. I've been wondering about what's up with DeJoy. That's a good question to ask. When I see that, believe it or not, when I think about Louis DeJoy and I think about the energy of that situation with the Board of Governors and the post office, I actually get this energy that's like, it's almost like a dictatorship. The energy around that almost feels like, a dictator and you can't get him out. I said April, but I guess apparently it wasn't this past April. Time can be tricky. I'm reading on DeJoy right now. King Clarence. Okay. Wait, I'm reading on DeJoy right now because I think I mailed something. I mailed something recently, or no, I received something. I ordered something, and it was, I don't even remember what it was, but it was not very large. It was like $9 to mail it. I'm like, remember when that was $3? Your mail lady is not happy with the changes. Well, we might tomorrow at Grassroots, we might write again to the Board of Governors. We got to stay on that. DeJoy, it's just a matter of time. I know. The temperance card is good, and it's good because it means, it's being worked out karmically. The King of Cups. Okay, this has to do with who DeJoy is in bed with. That's a business term. It has to do with who he's paying. But Trump's not in office anymore, so interesting. It does definitely DeJoy. It has to do with money. DeJoy was named wrong. De misery. He doesn't look like a happy guy. Anybody that thinks money makes you happy, get over it. It doesn't. Maybe you can do things with money that make you happy, but DeJoy looks miserable, if you ask me. Is DeJoy, is he, what's the question about DeJoy? Is DeJoy a dictator in the post office? Yeah, he's like a dictator. So think about all the things that are components of a dictatorship. It feels like he's taken kind of a dictatorship role. Please, somebody tell me that you have more company than just cats. We're in the world to socialize. Be part of your community. Be part of your community. Don't make that like all you do. DeJoy hates unions. I feel like he's in there and he's acting as a dictator. We got to read on Ron DeFascist. And all my cards have just flipped over. Caw, the gulls. Yeah, you can talk to the seagulls too. Okay. We could be here all night, but we won't. Somebody's saying DeJoy will never leave then. Will DeJoy be ousted? I do get that he'll be ousted. The Temperance card means it's being worked on and it's a matter of time. Okay, Janet. So Janet says the cats aren't all you do. Okay, good. I'm just checking. I'm just checking. Talk to people too, not just your pets. I'm just saying, because, we want to be able to be with people. DeFascist. Yes, somebody's writing his wife controls him. Yeah, I've read that many times. You missed who had no one to talk to in here. I think it was Sunshine. There's the bottle drop. Trees listen to. I'm talking about people. Can you come over? Where are you, Rondaroo? Do you mean puppy? You're saying you're puppers. Ron DeFascist. We kind of forgot all about him. You're with people at work. Good. I'm just checking. Moonchild, this is a great gathering place. Thank you. I love being with you all, or I wouldn't still be here. DeFascist. How is DeFascist? How is that anti-woke thing going for you? People are waking up. I mean, let's take a step back and go. Things are going to really shift because we can't go on with this ridiculousness. Anti-gay, anti-woke. Give me a break. DeFascist. Six of Wands, Page of Cups. There's a lot of pages coming up today, and this is about justice. This is about subpoenas. Thank you, Moonchild. This is about subpoenas. 5:30 bottle drop. It's past 8:30. It's past 8:30. Wait a minute. This is about DeFascist. Subpoenas. I've always said that Ron DeFascist knew something about January 6th. He's not in the clear there. He had some connection. Remember, one of his campaign managers or something was a Russian woman. FBI agents on Thursday arrested a Texas businessman at the center of the scandal that led to the historic impeachment of State Attorney General Ken Paxton. I did hear about that. Things are definitely shifting. So let's take a step back and think of how many Americans are going to be or are now completely freaked out about this espionage, about what Donald Trump actually has done to damage our national security. Think about, people in Florida are protesting and moving. Well, it's better to protest. Yes. Yeah, Ron DeFascist is in trouble. He's in big, and I have the death card. Ron DeFascist is done. He is done. So when people in huge numbers, it's not going to be 100%, but and people in huge numbers are going to be and are now so freaking upset and so freaking scared of what Trump has done that they're going to start taking a step back and looking at this MAGA stuff and this anti-gay stuff and this taking away women's rights stuff. I can't even believe these abortion bans. I mean, people are going to start getting real. I'm going to read about that. Yeah, Disney's I always have gotten that Disney would crush the fascist. Do I see Jack being Times Man of the Year? I could see that. Who's saying happy birthday, Damon? Did he say it would be his birthday? I think he did. DeSantis is Abbott is very quiet and nervous about the Texas sheriff, or DeSantis? I think that was about, yeah, that was about the fascist, the Texas sheriff. Yeah. Yeah, I have the death card on the fascist. He's done. He's done. He's done. His reign has ended. Let's ask this. Is Ron DeFascist going to be... Can you impeach a governor? Is he going to be ousted in some way? Is Ron DeFascist going to be ousted in some way? I get a yes on that. I get a yes on that. And somebody's saying that their aunt Darren wanted her to move to Florida years ago. Have you heard me say that starting about 2.5 years ago, I was begging people not to move to Florida? He has to be convicted of a crime to get impeached? Well, I'm just telling it like I sees it. I see him being ousted. Right? So that looks like he's going to be convicted of a crime. Right? That's what it looks like. You're right. Thank you, Anne. He did say that. Remember I said he probably has a date? Damon probably has a date. He's going out to dinner. Supreme Court on voting rights. That's getting a little better. You miss the mountains? Aw, go to the mountains. Oh my, it's been 92.5 minutes, so we're going to start winding down, but I just keep forgetting I have tea. We're going to read the tea leaves. And then I'm going to check all the news that I missed. Let's read the tea leaves. Shall we? Let me read 3 cards for the Community Collective first. You heard me say I am offering tea leaf readings now too. I'm going to keep that on my menu. PsychicandEtion.com. Don't miss it. Okay, cards for the collective. The Empress means the United States. This is like, the Empress is a powerful card. The United States is regaining a grip. Okay? Yeah, Ron DeFascist is in trouble for the kidnapping asylum seekers. He's a heinous human being. These are cards for the collective for the next few days. The United States is starting to be, yeah, Cassie Hutchinson should be Person of the Year. New Hampshire mountains are beautiful. Meanwhile, back at the cards. The Empress, the next few days, the United States is finally going to get a handle, at least begin to get a handle on things. As more and more people get informed, there's stronger energy moving forward for America to be more united. We have to just go for more united. It looks like we have some news flashes coming up. I'll check the news afterwards. And the King of Cups. Oh yeah. Trump is going down. Trump is going down. He's done. I don't feel like jumping up and down and celebrating only because the damage that's been done. is so bad. Beluga whales for justice. In my teacup. I was gonna say something about doing these shows and how bringing us all together, really, it's a big deal. It's a big deal that we come together and we do this. Trump got new lawyers, or the fascists got new lawyers? Cassidy Hutchinson, she's a hero. Who's starting the process for impeaching the fascists? Because that's kind of what I see. Oh, I know what I was going to say about... The other day I was thinking about how I never, ever, ever thought that I would be spending years of my life following the news like a hawk for years now. And I never thought that I would be putting the focus of my life on reading about politics. I never planned that. I never planned that I would be reading cards on my own channel. Well, I guess that was prior to YouTube. When I started doing this, it was way prior to YouTube. But how we end up doing things we never planned. But I know a lot more about our government now, that's for sure. Okay, so what I have is I have like a magic wand, and a horseshoe. Boy, are we lucky. Everybody take a moment. Say it out loud. Boy, are we lucky. For one thing, how about this? Stupid crooked glasses. How about this? Boy, are we lucky. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I never dreamed I would be so involved in politics, ever. I bring a Norm. See, it's been a great day for compliments. It must be good astrology for me today. Today is my half birthday. Maybe that's it. I know because I have a December birthday, so June 9th is my half birthday. It's my half birthday. And I was actually on December 9th. We are like, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Trump could be president. Think about it. So I'm yelling. The lucky horseshoe, there's a magic wand. We have been extremely lucky. Thank you, Lily. I know it's a weird thing, but I think I just remember my half birthday because I'm a December baby, and so it's halfway. Can you imagine? We've been traumatized since Trump got in office, but he got in illegitimately. He could have won in 2020. I'm just saying. What if he won? But he didn't. Boy, are we lucky. COVID made him not win. We're not lucky that we got COVID. I'm just making the point. A Harry Potter wand? It just indicates that now we have the power. That's why I tell you all, we did that. That's our new theme at Grassroots of Democracy. That's our new slogan. We did that. And so there's that. And I see happy fish dancing at the bottom of the cup. And that reminds me of Saturn being in Pisces right now. Your sister's birthday is December 9th. Oh, she must be an awesome person. Yes, we got into this mess by not paying attention. Glenn, you piped up. It's so true. And the amount of attention that we are paying collectively now to our country and what's going on in our political system, the amount of attention that we're paying now is what's needed. What's Trump's tie with Russia? Oh, there's a long history of that. You see a seahorse at the bottom. I see dancing fish. What that is, a seahorse. Seahorses, the male seahorse holds the babies for the female. So it's like the opposite of the, humans, where the woman holds the babies. So I would say that if you're seeing a seahorse, that has to do with people being a little bit more nurturing and caring for one another. But dancing energy. There's dancing energy. There's a nice easy flow to things. Like I said, it's going to be ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. Beluga fish in the tea leaves. Guilty. Guilty of not paying attention to politics, but we are now. Yeah. Trump's connections to Russia were in real estate initially, a long time ago. That's where it all started. Let's see, what else is here? I see birds and I see fish. I see things moving in a positive direction. So there's a cup. Yeah, there's a lot of fish in the cup tonight. Hang on a second before you go, because since there's so many fish, I just want to look in my little really old book to see what a fish represents. Hang on. It's a positive symbol that indicates an increase in our wealth or spiritual growth. Spiritual growth. It indicates spiritual growth. COVID helped wake us up too. Yes, definitely. It's really positive. Really positive. I know I just do a quickie tea leaf reading when I'm with you, but I feel a lot. It's almost like this is what I feel from the tea leaves, from what I'm seeing. It's like we've been feeling like we've been stagnating for a long time, and now there's a flow. It's like there's more of a flow. This is more natural for us to feel like, okay, now things are moving. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel good when energy's stagnant and it's not moving. So that goes for personal too. So let's keep things moving. Please join us for Grassroots of Democracy. Just go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Check my website, psychicannetdion.com, if you'd like to book a reading. And also know that there are guided meditations that you can purchase on my website now. Definitely. Oh, Biden asked everyone in his press conference to look out for each other. That's exactly the message I got from those tea leaves. Yep. And so Grassroots of Democracy. And please join us for Church of Spirituality on Sunday. 1 p.m. live stream, and you can always watch it afterwards. If you need spiritual upliftment, I promise you'll find it there. I love you guys more than you know, and I'll see you again really soon. All right. Thank you. Namaste. Thanks, John. Thanks for the kind words. See you soon.